frightening power, undeniable skill, and a granite chin. Ukrainian Master and heavyweight boxing legend Vitali Klitschko was a force to be reckoned with, racking up an impressive 41 knockouts and 2 world championships spanning his 16-year career, undoubtedly earning his place as one of the sport's most beloved champions.
Vitali's got a chance for a first-round KO here. Down goes Williams.
Extremely smart, in and out of the ring. Vitali's cocktail of fearsome punching power, innate ring intelligence, and aggressive fighting style aptly earned him the title Dr. Ironfist.
Ironfist, Vitali Klitschko.
After suffering 2 major setbacks against Byrd and Lennox, Dr. Ironfist's crowning moment came when he blitzed through South African fan favorite Corrie Sanders, earning him the highly coveted WBC strap and avenging his brother's brutal defeat in the process.
That's it. Finally, the referee rescues Saunders, and Vitali Klitschko takes his...
In today's video, we take a look back at the forgotten power of heavyweight boxing legend Vitali Klitschko. Entering the ring with 10 quick knockouts already tallied on his fledgling professional resume, Dr. Ironfist looked to maintain his 100% knockout ratio when he took on American opponent Gilberto Williamson. Forced to absorb Klitschko's pulverizing left jab and vicious combinations in the early going, Williamson found himself on one knee following a discombobulating barrage in the fourth. Struggling with Vitali's overwhelming output and pinpoint accuracy, Gilberto was floored again in the fifth. Intent on continuing, stubborn Williamson somehow made it to the 6th round when he was smashed to the canvas for a 3rd time. Clearly out of ideas and in way above his head, incredibly tough Williamson was finally saved from any further damage by referee Artur Ellenson after the 4th and final knockdown.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out.
It was a dominant one-sided victory from Vitali, picking up his 11th consecutive knockout win. Working his way to a shot at the reigning WBC champion, Lennox, Dr. Ironfist stepped in against the dancing destroyer, Hyde, for the lesser-regarded WBO belt. Considered the betting favorite with the bookmakers, WBO champion Hyde was floored just moments into the 2nd round.
Дуже серйозний драматичний поєдинок. Молодець!
Showing no mercy for his unraveling opponent, Vitali vanquished the brick with a thunderous 2-punch combination.
Приїхали сюди. Бачите, цей раунд розпочав і веде дуже вдало. Віталій, молодець.
Picking up the WBO title for his troubles, Vitali improved his undefeated record to 25 victories, all coming by way of knockout. Fresh off his 2nd-round blitzing of the Dancing Destroyer, Vitali challenged undefeated American Ed Mahone, mistakenly opting to pressure the Ukrainian. Unbeaten Ed was expertly dissected over 3 punishing rounds. Visibly worse for wear following the first knockdown, Mahone was terminated with a ferocious 2-fisted attack. It was another dominant one-sided slaughtering from Vitali, cementing himself as one of the sport's most exciting talents. Almost a year on from suffering his first career defeat after sustaining a shoulder injury against Byrd, Vitali looked to rebuild his ranking with the WBA when he faced off with 57-fight veteran Norris. The Texan was floored in the opener by a swift combination. Wasting little time, Klitschko swiftly terminated Norris with a follow-up right hand mere seconds later.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Picking up another win since his first professional defeat against Byrd, Vitali was one step closer to a shot at the WBA heavyweight title. 6 months after his gruesome barn burner with heavyweight champion Lennox, Vitali was busy rebuilding his way back to a title when he stepped in against Kirk Johnson in a WBC title eliminator.
I want a nice clean fight, touch gloves, good luck to the both of you.
After enjoying his fair share of success in the opening round, things quickly began to unravel for the hefty Canadian in the second.
Stunned with the left. Johnson's in trouble. Big trouble.
Unable to halt the Ukrainians' heavy attacks, Bubba was hammered to the canvas for a second time, prompting referee Arthur Mercante Jr. to step in and terminate the contest.
Nobody has ever done this to Kirk Johnson in 12 years as a pro.
You want to see a heavyweight destroyer? Vitali Klitschko wants to be your man. He wants to be your man right now. Big right hand lands again. Johnson having trouble fighting back. Down goes Johnson. That's it. Arthur Mercante's going to stop the fight.
That whale was just harpooned.
Big time. And that is a great performance for Vitali Klitschko.
Getting through the title eliminator without issue, Vitali was now in prime position for a rematch against Lewis for the WBC strap. After Lewis's eventual retirement in the early part of 2004, Vitali took on South African southpaw Corrie Sanders for the vacant WBC belt.
And protect yourselves at all times. Catch gloves, good luck. What about you?
Looking to avenge his brother's defeat to Saunders a year earlier, Dr. Ironfist got to work almost immediately, pursuing the South African with reckless abandon.
Reminder to Vitali Klitschko against Corrie Sanders, and was the case last year for younger brother. Hard left hand, staggers Vitali. Vitali Klitschko staggered by Sanders' left. Vitali trying to hold on as Sanders tries to follow up. 10 seconds to go in the round. And it's not going to be called a knockdown.
That short, hard left hand by Sanders. There's nothing like it in boxing.
Forced to absorb some heavy bombs in the early rounds, front foot fighting Vitali was in full swing by the fifth, stunning Saunders with a thunderous right hand in the closing seconds of the round.
Big right hand lands for Klitschko.
Sanders is hurt.
He wobbled on that one. Vitali's trying to put his man down. Sanders wobbles with 10 seconds left in the round. Referee watching closely. Looks like Corey's going to make it out of the round, but none the better for wear. Big shots down the stretch.
Proving his incredible resilience and toughness, bloodied but undeterred, Saunders survived the following 3 rounds before eventually being put to the sword at the end of the 8th.
Unbelievable show of courage by Corrie Sanders.
What keeps him up? That's it.
Finally, the referee rescues Sanders, and Vitali Klitschko takes his claim.
Successfully avenging his brother's defeat and picking up the WBC title in one swoop, Vitali solidified himself as the #1 heavyweight in the world. Making the first defense of his WBC strap, newly crowned champion Vitali took on the Brixton Bomber, Danny Williams, at the Mandalay Bay in Las Vegas. Struggling to avoid Vitali's pinpoint attacks from the sound of the opening bell, Williams was hammered to the canvas with a ferocious two-fisted pummeling in the closing seconds of the first round.
Vitali's got a chance for a first-round KO here. Down goes Williams.
Resorting to low blows in the third, busted up Williams was floored again with a scent-scrambling left hand in the final seconds of the round.
It would seem like a case of mistaken.
Left hook by Klitschko floors Williams.
Absorbing a worrying amount of punishment, courageous and outlandishly tough Williams found himself down again in the 7th stanza.
Williams at this point has enough strength, enough balance to really land a right hand and hurt Klitschko.
Not enough balance, but if he lands it, he could hurt Klitschko, yes. His balance is not good, though.
He just went down for the 3rd time in the fight.
Seemingly able to land at will throughout, Vitali smashed the Brit from pillar to post, flooring the Brixton Bomber 4 times in total, culminating in a merciless right-hand finisher.
That's it.
Somehow climbing back to his feet before the count of 10, incredibly tough Williams was compassionately saved from any further damage by referee Jay Nady, terminating his first world title shot and handing the Brit his 3rd career defeat. Forced to take a 4-year hiatus from the ring due to an injury with his knee, Vitali was deep into his second reign as champion when he faced off against the Dragon, Albert Sosnowski.
I gave you instructions from the dressing room. Do you have any questions? No. Good luck. Touch gloves. Let's go to work.
Eating a steady diet of jabs and right hands, European champion Sosnowski was carefully dissected over 10 frustrating rounds, concluding with a clinical 10th round knockout victory for the Ukrainian Master.
Der wäre fast umgefallen, aber hat sich irgendwie doch noch auf den Beinen halten können. Es fehlt nicht mehr viel. Es kommt links, rechts. Der Kampf ist aus.
It was another impressive finish from Vitali, expertly vanquishing the Pole with one perfectly timed right hand. 3 years into his second reign as WBC champion, and now boasting an eye-watering 38 knockouts from his 41 professional wins, Vitali took on Cuban amateur standout and WBC mandatory challenger Odlanier Solis. Accused of avoiding his mandatory challenger by the Cuban's manager in the pre-fight build-up, Dr. Ironfist blew the Cuban away with a discombobulating right hand inside the first round.
Final seconds of round 1. That's ruled a knockdown.
Unable to steady himself following the knockdown, Solis's title challenge was terminated by referee Jose Guadalupe Garcia.
That's it.
Vitali went on to defend his WBC title 3 more times over the following 2 years, before finally hanging up the gloves in 2012, retiring from the sport with a record of 41 knockouts from 45 professional wins, rightfully earning a spot as one of the most beloved heavyweight champions of his era.